Younger people aren't watching TV. Younger people aren't watching BET. Like, if you have a younger person who's into black entertainment television, if you have a black younger person, they're watching a black streamer. They're watching a black YouTube channel. They're into that black focused kind of content.
Right.
Like, they don't need to watch BET.
No, I agree with you 100%. So there's more than two things going on. One is what you just named, which is there's the demographic, which is now not watching TV
At all.
So there's a different way you have to target them, what BET might do that. They said in their statement that they're looking for different ways to, do what they do. I forgot what they said. Yeah. So they might shift, like you said, to finding ways to target younger audiences, streaming.
Tonight, some big changes are coming to two of music's biggest celebrations. BET says the Soul Train Awards and the BET Hip Hop Awards are being suspended indefinitely. In a new interview with Billboard, CEO Scott Mills said the network is rethinking how it celebrates Black culture and music, looking for new ways to connect with fans. The Soul Train Awards have honored R&B and soul legends since the 80s. The Hip Hop Awards have largely been held right here in Atlanta, starting back in 2006 at the Fox Theater. Right now, there is no timeline on if or when these shows may return.
So does this come to a surprise to me? Like, at all? Not at all. If I'm just being completely honest, like, if I've looked at the current state of music, rap hasn't really put out anything of quality in quite a while. And then the Soul Train Awards, when you think about it, that tends to be like kind of like an old school kind of awards. Like when I think of Soul Train, that was like just in case you guys don't know, that was like a show that was done, I believe, in like the 60s or the 70s, where they used to kind of like go down the, like, was it the dancing line or something like that?
Yep.
And it was like that kind of music. If you look at it now in 2025, like, R&B isn't as popular. Rap isn't really as popular right now. So, I mean, it makes sense why they would suspend it, because, I mean, just in general, TV is dying. Like,
yes.
Who do I know that watch? Like, I don't watch TV at all. Like, if I watch something, it's either on YouTube. So it's something that was filmed on TV and now it's on YouTube,
right,
or it's some kind of streaming service that I watch now. And then kids are even worse. Like, kids are 17, 15 years old. Like, I don't see them watching TV unless it's sports. Like, when's the last time I've seen a kid watch TV? Like, even my nieces, like, they'll go on Netflix and they'll go on some random show on Netflix. They're not turning on the TV.
So actually, you made some good points that made me rethink of what I was going to say. I'll still say what I'm going to say, but I think I forgot what you brought up about how TV in general is just dying.
Yeah, it's dead.
So that's the thing. That's probably the number one thing. So, and actually a lot of stuff that was on network television has moved to streaming platforms.
Yeah.
They have now they have shows that are on just Netflix or Apple TV, for example. So I can see how, because BET is a network.
Yeah.
So I can see how as a network, if they don't shift and get a deal with one of these streaming services or whatever, I'm trying to think of an example when this happened, but then I can see how they might have to scale back. Or
yeah.
What I was going to say though is, so, and you can give me your thoughts on this.
Yeah.
How much of a need is there for BET now? Because rap, although you said it's kind of not as popular now, it's still one of the most popular genres.
Yeah.
And it's popular across different demographics.
Yeah.
And actually, some of this, obviously, you said it before, one of the biggest consumers of rap is non-black.
Yeah, it's non-black people.
And so you're already recognizing these rap artists, hip hop artists on other shows that are kind of more inclusive in general. How much do you even need a specific?
Yeah, I know what you're saying. There's no, like, how much weight does a BET award hold? It doesn't hold a whole lot of weight. If we're being honest, like, someone says, "Oh, I want a Grammy," you're like, "Okay, you want a Grammy." Oh, you want a BET award? People are like, "That's cool." like, I mean, let's just be honest. It's not to say anything bad about BET. Like, I'm glad that Black people have their own entertainment, they have their own channel. But it's just that, okay, nowadays you see so many of these actors and entertainers and singers and rappers on social media, and then you get to talk to them now. So that appeal of that whole mystery and fatigue of them, like that whole mystery that they used to have, number one, is gone. Like 50 Cent, like he tweets all the time. So I mean, that whole mystique is gone. And not only that, but like if you're a younger kid, if you want to see your favorite artist, you want to see them on Kai Cenat. Because that's the thing, kids love streamers. And that's why, like, I think in the last award show, they had like Kai Cenat there.
He was there.
And that was like the big thing, like, oh, Kai Cenat, and he was interacting with different people and stuff like that. So I mean, it's just, they have to figure a way how to shift their audience. Because here's the thing, hip hop normally is like a younger person sport, if you think about it. Now we're getting to the point where you see like, okay, Jay-Z and Kanye West, and they're like on that 50 line, like they're like 50 years old. But like typically hip hop is like geared towards younger people. Younger people aren't watching TV. Younger people aren't watching BET. Like, if you have a younger person who's into black entertainment television, if you have a black younger person, they're watching a black streamer. They're watching a black YouTube channel. They're into that black focused kind of content.
Right.
Like, they don't need to watch BET.
No, I agree with you 100%. So there's more than two things going on. One is what you just named, which is there's the demographic, which is now not watching TV
at all.
So there's a different way you have to target them, what BET might do that. They said in their statement that they're looking for different ways to, do what they do. I forgot what they said. Yeah. So they might shift, like you said, to finding ways to target younger audiences, streaming, YouTube, and like Twitch people.
Yeah, if they honestly just focused everything on YouTube, they'd probably be way more successful.
Yeah, but again, I also think that part of it also is that, just like with HBCUs, and I had a friend in the past say this, he was saying that, like, and I think he read this somewhere, about how HBCUs, they're not as needed anymore because they were created during a time time where obviously
Yeah.
we know why. I don't have to go into details. So, but now, and I'm not saying that everything's equitable. I'm definitely not saying that. But okay, even if you look at an HBCU, you can compare it to BET. Because let's be honest.
I mean, bro,
if you go to HBCU and you get a degree, and then you might not, your degree might not be valued as much by someone who went to, like, say, a predominantly white institution, as they call them.
It's not.
And so if you get a BET Awards versus a Grammy.
Yeah, I mean, it's not. Let's just be realistic. Listen, it also depends on your area. So let's say you go to HBCU and then you get a job in Atlanta. That probably means a whole lot.
That's true.
But if you go to HBCU and then you go get a job in Pennsylvania, it's not going to mean as much. Right. And it's just the same with the BET Awards. It's just not hold to as high of a standard. And then a lot of people that are showing up tend to be older. That some of these kids probably didn't even listen to their music. Like some of these kids listen to their samples. Like for example, Juvenile, Back That Ass Up. Like kids have heard that at a party, but they probably don't even know who Juvenile is. Or they probably heard Juvenile get sampled a million times. So they probably heard the artist that sampled Juvenile, but they might not even know who Juvenile is.
That's so funny because that's the same with different generations. Like there might be an artist that samples a track from the 70s. I have no idea who that person that is that they got the sample from, but I'm like, oh, and then I might hear the actual song. I'm like, in my head, I'm first going, oh, this is that song.
Yeah,
like, oh wait, no, this is the actual.
It
was like that.
Like, for example, if you grew up in the 90s, that's what P. Diddy did. He sampled a lot of like Biggie's biggest song, Juicy. That's sampled from artists in the 70s and the 60s and the 80s and stuff like that. Yeah. So like we hear it and we're like, oh, okay, dang.
Yeah, and you know the king of that, Kanye West.
Oh yeah.
My man, Sam.
Yeah, through the fire.
So yeah, I think you're right. I think it's just a change in the time, and that's the biggest thing. So we'll see what happens. BT might rebrand themselves, and they might target younger audiences, and they might do it in the ways we're talking about.
But I mean, the thing is, it's not just BT. This is all these TV networks.
Oh yeah,
they have to find a new audience because, like I said, the only people who watch TV now are old people.
Yeah, and I've seen a lot of them do that. I wish I could think of examples. Only thing I can think of right now is like sports, but that's not a good example because now sports they're getting deals with streaming services like Peacock. NFL has even Amazon Prime. Thursday Night Football. NFL now has Thursday Night Football a lot of times on Amazon Prime.
But that's the reason why they did it though.
That's what I'm saying.
Because they noticed that TV's dying and they're like, all right, well, people don't want to do it. People want to watch the game when they want to watch it. They don't want to have to go on channel 6 and then set this up and worry about it. They want to say, okay, sports, click on sports, boom, there it is.
Yeah, so we'll see what happens with BET.
So ultimately, do I think this is a bad decision? I'm not mad because listen, you got to do what's profitable. At the end of the day, if it's a business. So if you're investing that much into a award show, which costs millions of dollars to do, and you're not making or you're not seeing a profit, then I mean, you got to do what you got to do. So I think it's a good decision if it's based purely off of business.
Yeah.
Good decision, bad decision.
It's a business decision. So yeah, I think it's a good decision.
Okay, guys. So if you think it's a bad decision, leave a like, leave a comment. Think it's a great decision. Leave a like, leave a comment. All right, decision makers, don't get canceled.